Welcome to the Hazard Communication Training video. Hazard communication is also known as HazCom. There are three ways that chemicals can enter your body: through inhalation, absorption, and ingestion. Breathing the chemical in through either your mouth or nose could allow entry for the chemical to be in your system. If a chemical comes in contact with your skin, there is a possibility that it will be absorbed into your body. Any part of your body is at risk. This includes your hands, forearms, eyes, and face. It could also enter your body if you unknowingly swallow the chemical. The effect that the chemical has on your body depends on several factors. How did the chemical enter your body? The physical form of the chemical, whether it's solid, liquid, or gas, the amount of chemical that actually enters the body, and how toxic or poisonous the chemical actually is. There are work areas where hazardous chemicals are present, and only authorized personnel are allowed to enter and work with these chemicals. We currently have three chemical cages, one in PPL or repack, another in CTP, the Apple building, and two in the Cherry building. In order to maintain our fruit fresh year-round, we utilize ammonia in our facilities to ensure the quality of our products. You will usually see two different colored pipes when dealing with ammonia. Orange indicates the containment of high-pressure liquid, while yellow pipes indicate the containment of low-pressure vapor. Safety data sheets are also known as SDSs. SDSs are located in various places on campus. This includes all the chemical areas, CTP, PPL, and Cherry Towers, the receiving office, the CA office, the shipping office, and the food safety office. There are 16 sections to an SDS, but we will focus on the key areas. Section 1, Product Identification. That tells us the name of the product, the company name, and the emergency phone number. Section 2, Hazards Identification. That gives you precautionary statements and pictographs of their associated hazards. Section 4, First Aid. That gives you directions on what to do if someone is exposed. Section 6, the Accidental Release Measures. Those are emergency procedures in case of a spill or release. Section 7, Handling and Storage. It's recommended precautions for safety handling and storage. Section 8, Personal Protective Equipment. That tells us the exposure limits, engineering controls, and recommended PPE. If you don't know where SDSs are located, you're more than welcome to ask your leader supervisor to show you where this information can be found. Here we have the hazard communications pictograms. Pictograms on labels and safety data sheets alert the user of the chemical hazards to which they may be exposed. Each pictogram consists of a symbol on a white background framed within a red border and represents a distinct hazard or hazards. Here you will find all the pictograms and the hazards that may be on labels and safety data sheets. In an attempt to reduce employee exposure to hazardous chemicals, Allenbros has taken the following steps to ensure that we reduce chemical-related illnesses and injuries. As a company, we encourage safe work practices. Chemical technicians are properly trained to reduce and prevent exposure to hazardous chemicals. Chemical technicians wear the proper personal protective equipment outlined by the SDSs. First aid kits are designated throughout the Allenbros campus. We also have emergency eye wash and shower locations throughout the campus. Additionally, we have engineering controls set in place. These are methods that are built into the design of the plant, equipment, or process to minimize the hazards. This implements the use of automation, enclosure, and isolation. In the event of a spill, we have universal spill kits along with procedures in the chemical areas as well. In the event that you detect the presence or release of a hazardous chemical, leave the area and inform your supervisor and coworkers. There are 6 requirements when labeling a primary container. Number 1, the signal word. The signal word indicates the level of hazard. Danger is used for most severe instances, while warning is less severe. Number 2, symbols or hazard pictograms. These symbols convey health, physical, and environmental hazard information with red diamond pictograms, and they may use a combination of 1 to 5 symbols. Number 3, identifies the chemical or substance. This should match the product name or identifier used on the safety data sheet. Number 4, hazard statements. These are phrases that describe the nature of hazardous products and oftentimes the degree of hazard. Number 5, precautionary statements. These describe general preventative response, storage, or disposal of the product. Number 6, manufacturer information. This includes the company name, address, and telephone number. Each of these steps are illustrated in the picture, and show how the label is supposed to be properly set up on the primary containers. Secondary containers are any containers that have chemical that has been transferred from the original manufacturer's container. These containers need to be labeled with the same information as the primary container. Plan ahead and ask for a label. However, secondary containers used by one employee and emptied at the end of the shift are not required to be labeled. You do not want to leave an unlabeled container unattended. Another employee could grab it by mistake and put others at risk due to the improper use of a chemical.